But Morris costumes this year, I think maybe they might be kicking the bucket soon.
Maybe they might be kicking the bucket soon. Maybe they might be kicking the bucket soon.
Oh, was I wrong. Hey, this is End of the Road Haunts. And by now, no point in beating around the bush. You know what the Halloween and Party Expo is. You know what Morris Costumes is. In fact, I'm pretty sure you've seen all these props, so whatever. Let's just get into it. But before we do... Alrighty, so this part of the video is going to be a little different, but the video won't actually be changed that much. And this feels so weird to say. You see, the YouTubers LMJ Halloween, go subscribe to them, LMJ Halloween, have provided us with some footage of the Morris Costumes animatronics. Previously, I was going to use Animatronic Halloween. However, they have been copyrighting everybody who uses their footage, so I'd like to stay away from that. I don't want another copyright strike, which, by the way, my first one was from them, so yeah. But the video is going to be a lot different, but now it's going to be just a little different. Although for the props that you really need to see, I'm still going to be showing them, thanks to LMJ Halloween, again. So please go subscribe to them and enjoy the video. So I don't know if I'll be covering every single animatronic in the booth, but I'll be covering the ones that I personally find notable, starting off with this image that we started off with, which is Sweet Dreams Clown, who appears to be returning. Yay, yippee. Because I gotta be honest, Sweet Dreams is one of, if not, probably my favorite clowns. I don't know, ever. I just find him really cool. He looks great. I love his audio. His phrases are fun. Sure, a lot of people don't like the screaming child thing, but whatever. I don't mind it. Sweet Dreams Clown is back. Awesome. Maybe I get him. I don't know. We'd have to see. But yeah, he's a really cool one. I'm glad to see him back. So the next one I'll be talking about is a spell book reading witch. Which is one that I've always been kind of neutral on. She's a pretty good witch, honestly. A pretty iconic Morris Costumes animatronic. Nothing that I've really wanted to see back, but I don't mind that we're seeing her again. Because she's a pretty decent witch. Like, you want a witch prop, she does the job okay. You know, kind of interesting to see back. Nothing too major, but oh well. It's fun to see her return. The next one we have here is the Big Lot Scarecrow, which I don't have much to say on. Pretty similar to the witch. He's okay. Like, he's fine. He looks pretty neat. You know, he's a scarecrow. He's like 7 feet tall. Like, whatever. He was okay. Cool to see him, like, a little more available than just Big Lots now. But, again, kind of like, whatever. He's an okay animatronic. So the next returning one, and the final one I'll be talking about, because I do think there might have been a few others, is the Cemetery Angel from Lowe's. Which is honestly a pretty neat piece. Like, I'll say it, I think he was pretty cool, honestly. And so now I think he's a little more easy to get, I think, ? I don't know, I'm still pretty screwed being in Canada with Morris Costumes props. They're still pretty hard to get. But he was a cool one, I can see why he returned. He's like a pretty good cemetery statue animatronic, good set piece. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's cool to see as a Morris Costumes prop. So, starting off with the new stuff, I will first be talking about the first, and probably least, which is this 12-foot Reaper, which maybe is like a Sunstar animatronic wandered into the wrong booth. I don't know, because he doesn't look great. I don't know if this is SVI. The proportions look a little off, the clothing looks a little cheap, I don't know. I mean, he's okay for a 12-foot Reaper, but I don't know. We don't need to see that many 12-footers anymore, and there's just not much to say about him. I mean, look at him. He's okay. Next, we will be discussing the static, I believe, Scarecrow on a Pole, which is a pretty neat static prop. He looks pretty good. He has the crow on his shoulder. You know, he's a neat static prop. He doesn't do anything, which I kind of wish he maybe had like some servos like that pumpkin guy they had last year who got canceled. I really want to see him back. He was actually pretty cool. But But yeah, this Scarecrow's pretty neat. I don't know how expensive he'd be, but whatever. He's a cool one. Now we're getting to the three that everybody talks about. The first of which being the Balancing Clown, who from the original leaks looked pretty neat, and he is pretty neat. He's pretty cool. Like, his animation's pretty sick. The whole balancing on the pole thing is a really nice touch, especially for like a clown. It works pretty well. He's just a very good like circus side prop almost, but at the same time he's kind of a show stealer with his like height and animation. His phrases aren't the best, I don't think. I mean, they're okay. He like jokes about being up high, I think. His voice isn't great. It just sounds like generic SVI Morris Costumes clown. But whatever. He looks pretty cool though. I like his color scheme. I like his face. He's overall just a pretty cool clown prop, in my opinion. So I'm quite happy to see them doing something like this. Yeah, I'm quite happy with him. So the next one we have here is the Grave Robber, who's one I was really looking forward to. Granted, am I disappointed? No. Am I blown away? Not fully. My main gripe with this guy is the face, because his face looks a little weird, honestly. I mean, probably in the right lighting, probably in something other than a convention center, he'd look pretty cool. But I don't know, his face just looks a little strange, with the teeth and all that, I don't know. Everything else about him is really cool, though. Like, the whole concept of him being a grave robber, taking a body that's still thrashing, is so disturbing. And speaking of disturbing, Morris did a really good job with these three, specifically two of them. Specifically one of them, that we're not talking about right now, but we'll get to in a minute. But this one's genuinely freaky. It's genuinely really unsettling how the body thrashes, which looks pretty realistic, honestly. And just the whole concept of having this guy just carrying it around is really cool. He doesn't seem to be that tall, which I'll be honest, I actually like, because I feel like a lot of companies, especially it feels like SVI and Morris, recently have just been making cool props like 8 feet tall, 12 feet, for nearly no reason. They don't have that much animation, they don't have much character, but this guy is like standing on quite a few boxes, and so he seems to be about 7 feet at most. I think even around 6 maybe. And that works for him, honestly. He's way cooler, in my opinion, as a just weird, creepy guy carrying a dead body, rather than this giant, hulking, graveyard fiend or whatever. So I quite like that he isn't an insanely towering prop, I think. His clothing is okay, not the most detailed, but it's alright. As I've said, his face doesn't look great, but the bag looks pretty solid. In the dark, in the right lighting, I think this guy could look really cool. And honestly, this is what I want more of in Halloween props. This guy is pretty damn good. The final one we have here is the Sword Swallower. Oh my god! Okay, I know some people may think this guy is overrated. But seriously, it's been so long, it's been, I don't know, forever, that I've seen an animatronic that genuinely makes me want to hurl. Like, I swear, the first time I saw this guy in action in the video, I gagged. Like, seriously. I mean, sure, convulsing nurse, limbless, like, there have been disturbing props before. But there's something about this guy, everything about him, that is so disturbing to me. This, like, when people have been begging Spirit to make disturbing props, this is what they meant. This is what we meant. Because this guy is this guy is a 10 out of 10 prop. I'm sorry. Maybe that's too much, but maybe you think I'm overreacting. Sure, maybe that oh my god was just acting. But this guy, genuinely, I mean, when we saw the leaked photos, I was pretty excited But and sure, the demo, he doesn't like do anything surprising necessarily, but the demo just makes my insides feel wrong. Like it physically hurts to look at this prop, and I love it. I love it so much. He's in that position of the like sword swallowing. He has the arm out, his knees are bent. Like we saw it a bit with Heckles. But seriously, when they put in the effort to give an animatronic body language that literally like shows them mid position, it adds so much more life to them. To like, and you know, his animation itself, him slowly pushing down the sword and like shaking his arm, it's so just disturbing, honestly. And like his face too, maybe this sounds cliche, is nearly distortions quality. It looks so good. And I love how they didn't overdo it either. It's not like he's a skeleton. It's not like he's this crazy clown with weird teeth. It literally looks like just a guy. Granted, he doesn't look like he's doing so well. Maybe a dead guy. But the subtlety of them making this just a dude rather than like an over the top colorful clown makes him so cool and so unique, so disturbing. Oh my god, I love this guy. It's been such a while since a prop has had me like this, and wow. I mean, geez, I first heard the rumors of Sword Swallower and I thought it would be good. But just this guy knocks it out of the park, in my opinion. Again, some of you may not agree, but honestly, I don't care. With me living in Canada, you know, the chance of me getting a Morris costumes proper, I don't know. Not sure how that'll be. But if I can fight tooth and nail to find a deal where this guy's like maybe $300 and like see if I can get the cheapest shipping I can. Honestly, this might sound insane, but even $500, $600 I might even be willing to do. Granted, shiny new props smell, I know, but like this is genuinely one of the most unsettling animatronics I've seen, in my opinion. And I'm not someone who gets freaked out by these things easily. And again, I'm not saying there are no other unsettling props. Like there's convulsing nurse and stuff, but it's so rare that an animatronic can have me actually like gagging when I look at it. I mean, like, what can I say more about the Sword Swallower that hasn't been said? So, there you have it. That is Morris Costumes 2024. They don't have a lot of props this year, not a lot of new ones, but the new ones they do, quality over quantity, baby. I'd rather have, I'd rather them make one THD 3000, one Sword Swallower, than 99 Tombstone Terrors. You know what I mean? And so, like, sure, these aren't a lot of props, but like, it feels, you can feel the effort coming off of these ones, which I feel like has been lacking in them in like 2021, 22, even a little bit in 23. So, yeah, maybe they'll do more, maybe they won't, but honestly, I'm satisfied with what we have. Cuz I mean, sure, some people maybe are disappointed. Maybe they think they didn't knock it out of the park, but they did really damn well with these new ones. And they returned some pretty neat ones too. So, let me know what you think of Morris Costumes and the video in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you're new. Just tell me if you think I overreacted to the Sword Swallower. I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.